That's where Laura Ingle comes in. She's NewsNation's legal correspondent, and she has been digging on this like all day. You're smiling, but when I was reading it, I was like, I'm panicking, I'm nervous. I can tell the stakes couldn't be higher because this is civil,
right.
But Ghislaine Maxwell's no dummy, and she knows that there could be a massive criminal case coming down the pike, which did. She's sitting in prison for it.
Right.
Can you give me some context for everything that we've been able to get through, understanding we're not through it all yet?
Well, I'm so glad that you were able to put it out there the way you did, reading just a portion of that transcript, because that is what this dig all day has been. All of us here in the newsroom, we've had about 10 people who have been fantastic. Hats off to everybody here on the NewsNation team for getting through these documents, 934 pages, and trying to make sense of it all. And what it is, we were talking about this little black book, talking about all the names, but the names weren't in a glossary. It wasn't like a table of contents. We had to find the names within the depositions. So it's like this 10,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that we laid out on a table, so to speak, where we're reading through depositions, and you did it so well there, talking about just like this little snapshot in time of what that was to get to an answer. They were trying to get to an answer in that case. So we go through all of these depositions, and we look at these names that you have on your screen, all these big names, and some were a surprise, many weren't, but there were, you know, names of the head of the house, a man that was in charge of day-to-day operations of one of Epstein's homes, and he described, for the people asking questions, what he would do, that he would take the young girls out to buy them presents, and that he would try and find young girls to come work in the home, and that was his role. And did he know what was going on? No, he was just told to go out and make sure that the young girls had what they needed. A lot of this that we went through today in these depositions describes a lot of underage inappropriate actions over and over again, and they layer one on top of each other, and you start to get that sickening sense of what was going on. We've read about it, we've heard about it, but now we have it in these black and white documents where we're seeing that there were a lot of people who observed things, and it really reminded me, Ashleigh, I remember sitting in the Michael Jackson trial for days and months on end, and listening to the housekeepers testify about what they saw. They were some of the most interesting people in that trial, because they were the ones that brought Michael Jackson things as he was entertaining young people in his home. So it reminded me of that.
And of course, they're panicking, right? They don't want to be roped into all of this. They're, you know, many of them didn't even know what they were up to. Some of them might have known, but thought, I don't have a choice. This man owns my life. Can I read something? I don't know if you got to this part yet, but I want to get your take on it.
Yes.
Because, again, it names names, and it basically lists out stuff we know happened at this point, like evidence in the case. She's been convicted. We know a lot of this stuff happened. So hearing her responses now just makes me like, I get angry. But listen along with me, and forgive me if you've had to sort of go over this already, Laura.
No, go ahead.
The question from the lawyer: what about Joanna Sjoberg? When did you first meet Joanna? I don't recall the exact date, says Ghislaine. Did you hire Joanna? I don't hire people. We just heard that she hired everybody. Like, she literally just said, I hire the whole world. I don't hire people, she says. She came to work at the house to answer phones. Where did you meet her? And Ghislaine says, I just testified. I don't recall exactly when I met her. Question: was one of your job responsibilities to interview people that would then be hired by Jeffrey? That was one of my responsibilities. Do you recall interviewing Joanna? I don't recall the exact interview, no. Do you know what tasks Joanna was hired to perform? She was tasked to answer telephones. Did you ever ask her to rub Jeffrey's feet? And then the lawyer comes in, objection to the form and foundation. And the answer is, I believe I've read that. Oh my gosh, Laura. I mean, she says, I believe I've read that.
Right.
And Maxwell goes on to say, but I don't have any memory of it. And then the question is, well, did you ever tell Joanna that she would get extra money if she provided Jeffrey massages? And Ghislaine says, I was always happy to give career advice to people. And I think that becoming somebody in the healthcare profession, either exercise instructor or nutritionist or professional massage therapist, is an excellent job opportunity, blah, 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 about salary. But then she says, so in the context of advising people for opportunities for work, it's possible that I would have said that she should explore that as an option. Question: did you tell her she would get extra money if she massaged Jeffrey? I'm just saying, Ghislaine says, I cannot recall that exact conversation. I give career advice, and I've done that. Did you ever have Johanna massage you? This is where Laura, she says, I did. Oh, okay, we're getting somewhere. Right. Question, how many times? I don't recall how many times. So it's a lot. Right. Was there sex involved? No. Did you ever instruct Johanna to massage Glenn Dubin? I don't believe, I have no recollection of it. Did you ever have sexual contact with Johanna? Again, this is the lawyer asking Ghislaine Maxwell. Did you ever have sexual contact with Johanna? The answer is, again, she's an adult. I'm asking you, did you ever have sexual contact with Johanna? Answer, I've just been instructed not to answer. On what basis? You have to ask my lawyer. Did you ever have sexual contact with Johanna that was not consensual on Johanna's part? Lawyer, you can answer non-consensual. I've never had non-consensual sex with anybody. And it goes on like that. Like, wrap that up, Laura. It sounds like it's obvious.
Right.
She is dancing around the obvious questions that we now know happened, and she's lying.
Well, and one of the other things you have to look at when you're reading that transcript, which is so clear, right, that she's not giving the answers, but what is clear when you go through the 934 pages is that there were multiple young women all around these two all of the time. And we're hearing from some of the witnesses in these depositions that they were witnessing pretty much watching sex all over the place. That it was, you know, we heard about young orgies. I mean, it was devastating to read much of these documents today and thinking about the young girls that were, you know, coaxed into coming to these beautiful homes, thinking that they were getting a leg up somehow in the sense of getting some financial benefit, you know, having a chance to be around something that they were not used to, and then witnessing what they did. And then for, you know, Maxwell's part, not being able to remember exactly what happened, maybe it's because there were so many young women all around doing that sort of thing.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.